1 mm. So the minimum value you can measure by using scale is 1 mm. So by using scale you can measure 1 mm, and the maximum distance you can measure is 100 centimeter or 1 meter. So by using scale you can measure this much distance. Now please turn off your audio. Manas. Yeah, for example, take scale. For scale, least count is 1 mm, maximum count is 100 centimeter, that is 1 meter. Okay, so you can measure by using this meter scale up to some distances, clear, up to some distances, up to few kilometers, we can measure by using this meter scales. Okay, for example, if distances are too large, let us say the distance between sun to earth or the distance between moon to earth. So the distance between moon to earth or sun to earth can't be measured directly. So direct measurements can't be done. We can't measure the distances from sun to moon or else sun to earth as well as earth to sun, sorry, moon, in direct method. Like by using scale, we can't measure very large distances. For example, you stand here, the object which is present very far from you, the object which is present very far from you, that can't be that can't be measured directly by using the scales, clear. So for that we have to follow one method. That method is called as parallax method, clear. For that we have to follow one method. That method is called as parallax method. So what do you mean by parallax method? Means in parallax method, I given one example. For example, if you take this as an object, clear, take this as an object. For example, observe this object with your right eye, sorry, left eye by closing your right eye. And observe this object with your left eye by closing your right eye. For example, if you observe the body, same body from two different, clear, if you observe the same body from two different positions, clear, from two different positions, that will be drawn or shown in the figure like this. I'll take this as a body or an object. I'll take the body or object as P. Now first I will see from my left eye, I will take the left eye as A. Now the distance from here to here, I will take it as D. For example, this distance will consider as D. And similarly, observe the same object from your right eye. I'll take the right eye as B, point B. Now this distance I will take it as, for example, D. Now the distance between two eyes, clear, the distance between 2 points of observations. Actually, we can take this as point of observations. I will take this as a point which we are going to observe. And this is the first observation point. From point A, we are going to observe this body. And from point B, we are going to observe this body. Clear, from point A, we are going to observe this body. From point B also, we are going to observe this body. Now the distance between 2 points of observations, that is taken as basis, which is represented with letter small b. Clear. So the distance between two observation points, that is taken as basis, which is represented with small letter b. Now the angle between the two distances, clear, the angle between the two distances, this angle is taken as parallatic angle, clear, that angle is taken as parallatic angle. Clear, that angle is called as parallatic angle. Clear, that angle is taken as what? Parallatic angle. Now it look like an arc, clear, it look like an arc. For arc, we can say like this. For example, here one more point you have to remember. What is that? Means if d is much greater than small d, clear, if d is much greater than small d, which means that, for example, I'll take this as an object which I kept far from my eyes. For example, first I will observe with my left eye, clear, first I observe with my left eye, then this distance, let us say it is 1 meter. Now I will observe this object with my right eye, then this distance I will take it as 1 meter. But the distance between my two eyes is, it is in the order of centimeter, let us say 5 centimeter. Now distance between eyes is very small whenever you compare the distance of the object. Clear? Yeah, tell me, Abhay, Akshay. Yeah, tell me, Akshay. Yeah, tell me, Akshay. Suraj, please mute. Yeah, tell me, Akshay. Nothing. Yeah, fine. Then I'll go for. Now listen, for example, I'll take this object which is far from my eye. Clear, I will take this object which is far from my eye. So therefore, this distance is nothing but d, and distance between the two eyes is taken as small b. Now if you compare this distance is large. From my face, this object is at very large distance, clear, but the distance between my eyes is very small. Therefore if you compare the capital D is very much greater than small d, where small d is the distance between the two eyes, capital D is the distance from object to my face. Okay, for example, if capital D is very much greater than small d, clear, then you can say that, small d is very much less than capital D. If capital D is greater than small b means, then small b, clear, I will take it as D, no problem, small d, base is small d. Then small d is much less than capital D. Clear, then small d is much less than capital D. In such cases, clear, in such cases, theta is equal to, clear, in such cases, theta is equal to, you can do like this, or else theta is equal to D by capital D. Clear, in such cases, you can take theta is equal to D by capital D, or else D can be taken as capital D or small d by theta. In this way, the distance from the position to the point P can be measured. This is the paralytic method. Clear, this is the paralytic method. Now, by using this paralytic method, how to measure the distance objects or stars, that I am going to explain. For example, let us consider this as a star. Clear, let us consider this as a star. Clear. Now we are observing that star from two positions on the earth. Clear, I'll take this as position A, I'll take this as, for example, position B, or place A, place B. We are observing the star from two places on the earth. Clear, for example, I will almost consider this earth as very flat like this. So actually it is a big radius, it is having big radius. I'll take 2 points. I'll take this point as A, I'll take this point as B, for example. Now you will observe this star, clear, you will observe the distance star from the two observations. For example, I will observe the star from position A. Now I will take this distance as, for example, D. I will observe this star from position B. I will take this distance as, for example, D. Are you clear? Now, how much angle we shifted? Clear, how much angle we shifted? This can be measured with the help of telescopes. Clear, how much angle we can moved or how much angle we shifted, that can be measured with the help of telescopes. Okay, now listen, the distance between 2 points on the earth, this can also be measured. Clear, the distance between 2 points on the earth, that can also be measured. So here angle is a measurable quantity and D is also a measurable quantity. Therefore D and theta, if you substitute these two, then you will get capital D value, where capital D is the distance between point on the earth to the star. Clear, where capital D is the distance between point on earth to the star. Okay, so I explained this concept in the recorded video. That recorded video is uploaded in the YouTube. Again, you can go over there to get clear notes. Clear, to get clear notes. Now I am just revising the concept in a short way. Okay, so this is about the paralytic method. So by using paralytic method, you can measure very large distances. Now similarly, by using scale, the least value you can measure is, clear, by using scale, the least value you can measure is 0.1 centimeter, or this is also taken as 1 millimeter. So by using a normal scale, for example, if you take a scale, by using that scale, the maximum, the minimum or a least value, clear, the least value you can measure is, clear, the least value you can measure is 0.1 centimeter. For example, if you take vernier calipers, in vernier calipers, the least value you can measure is, clear, or else this can be taken as 1 mm or 0.1 centimeter. The least value you can measure by using vernier calipers is 0.01 centimeter. Clear, 0.01 centimeter, or else you can take it as, clear, or else you can take it as 0.00, or else you can take like this. So 0.01 into 10 to the power of minus 2, or else 1 into 10 to the power of minus. This is meter. So if centimeter is converted into meter, then 10 to the power of minus 2. So by using vernier calipers, you can measure up to 10 to the power of minus 4 meter. So by using another instrument, that instrument is screw gauge. So by using screw gauge, you can measure up to 1 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter. You can measure up to this much small. Clear? So you can measure up to yeah, very good, Ritika, correct. So by using screw gauge, you can measure up to 10 to the power of minus 5 meter. Not only screw gauge, by using sperometer also you can measure the same. Clear? By using sperometer also you can measure the same. So by using sperometer also you can measure up to 10 to the power of minus 5 meter. But if the distance is much less than 10 to the power of minus 5 meter, for example, take the wavelength of light. Clear? What is the wavelength of light means? Remember, wavelength of light is, clear, wavelength of light is, for example, 4000 angstroms. Clear? Wavelength of light is 4000 angstroms. 4000 angstroms means you can take this as 4 into 10 to the power of 3, or else you can take like this 4000 into, remember, 1 angstrom value is very small, its value is 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. So this much small value you can't measure with the help of these instruments. Clear? That much small values you can't measure with the help of such instruments. Clear? So wavelength of light is very small. It is in the order of 10 to the power of minus 10 meter, which is very small. So that small values you can't measure with the help of the scales. So in order to measure such small distances or lengths, we have to follow one technique. That technique is oleic acid method technique. Clear? Oleic acid method technique. So we are going to find out the thickness of oleic acid molecules. Clear? We are going to find out the thickness of oleic acid molecules by using one method, one technique. Now we are going to discuss the technique in a brief way. Are you clear? So just like in YouTube, I am not going to write all the matters and all. I won't write the matter. I'll just explain. Okay, listen. And if you have doubt, you can go over there and you can write the matter, complete matter, what I given over there. Yeah, fine. For example, if you take molecules, molecules are in the size of 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. So the size of the molecules is approximately 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Clear? So what is the size of the molecules means? Size of the molecules is approximately 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. And what is the size of atom means? Size of atom is approximately 1 angstrom. Clear? Size of atom is approximately 1 angstrom. So 1 angstrom means we already discussed the 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. Clear? Now remember, molecular size is 10 to the power of minus 9. Clear? Atom size is 10 to the power of minus 10. Clear? So atom size is much less than molecule size. Or molecule is bit bigger than, clear, molecule is bit bigger than the atom. Okay, whatever. Now this much molecular size values we can't measure directly. For that we have to follow one technique. What is the technique means? That is by using oleic acid method. For example, I'll take a oleic acid. Now I'll take oleic acid. So how much volume we have to take the oleic acid means you have to take 1 centimeter cube of, clear, 1 centimeter cube of oleic acid. You have to take this much volume. 1 centimeter cube means volume. So take 1 centimeter cube volume of oleic acid and take 20 centimeter cube of alcohol. So take 20 centimeter cube volume of alcohol. Now 1 centimeter cube of oleic acid is mixed with 20 centimeter cube of alcohol. If you mix these two, then you will get one resultant solution. What is the concentration of that resultant solution means? Remember, one part of, clear, 1 part of oleic acid is added to 20 parts of the alcohol. Clear? 1 part of the oleic acid is added to 20 parts of alcohol. Now from that, again take 1 centimeter cube of the solution. So take 1 centimeter cube of the solution. Again this 1 centimeter cube of solution is added with 20 centimeter cube of alcohol. Clear? So first you took 1 centimeter cube of oleic acid. That 1 centimeter cube of oleic acid is added to 20 centimeter cube of alcohol. Then what must be the concentration means? Concentration is 1 by 20 centimeter cube. Why? Because means 1 part of oleic acid is added to 20 parts of the alcohol. Okay. So 1 part of oleic acid is added to 20 parts of alcohol. From this, again I will take 1 centimeter cube of solution Again, this must be added to alcohol. Now, what is the concentration now means? Now the concentration is 1 by 20 into 1 by 20. Clear? Now the concentration is 1 by 20 into 1 by 20. From this solution, take one drop. Clear? From this solution, take one drop of oleic acid. Clear? One drop of oleic acid you take. Now, what is the concentration of this one drop of oleic acid means? 1 by 20 into 1 by 20. I hope you understood. Now, next what we have to do means, next take water. Now, take water. On the surface of water, we have to sprinkle lycopodium powder. On the surface of water, we have to sprinkle lycopodium powder. Now, lycopodium powder, when it is sprinkled on the water surface, that lycopodium powder will spread equally on the surface of water. Clear? For example, take some chalk powder, put the chalk powder on the water surface, then the chalk powder will move away and it will spread on the surface of water. Clear? So take some chalk powder, put the chalk powder on the surface of water, then what will happen means, yeah, is lycopodium is a hydrophobic. Okay. Now remember, hydrophobic means water loving substance. Clear? Water loving substance. Therefore, it will be, the molecules will be attached to the water. I hope this lycopodium powder is not a water philic substance. I mean, water loving substance, not a hydrophobic or not a hydrophilic. I think it is hydrophobic. What is your question? Yeah, good. Now listen, if you take this lycopodium powder, if lycopodium powder is sprinkled on the surface of water, then what will happen means it will, spread on the surface of water. It will spread on the surface of water. It will spread on the surface of water. Whenever this water or this lycopodium powder spread on the water surface, now take this one drop of oleic acid. Clear? Take this one drop of oleic acid and drop into the drop into the surface of water. Now, whenever this one drop of lycopodium or one drop of oleic acid, this is the one drop of oleic acid. Now, if one drop of oleic acid is dropped on the lycopodium powder, which is present on the surface of water, then what will happen is that lycopodium powder will move away from each other and it will form a circular patch. Clear? For example, if you take this as surface of water, clear? If you take this as surface of water, this is surface of water. If one drop of oleic acid is dropped on the surface of water, now this is the surface of water. Clear? Now this is the surface of water. Take this as water tank. This is surface of water tank. Now one drop of oleic acid is dropped on the surface of water. It forms a patch on the surface of water. It forms a patch on the surface of water, circular patch on the surface of water. Now that circular patch is formed because of the oleic acid. Clear? That circular patch is formed because of oleic acid. Now I'll take the diameter of this patch. We can calculate the diameter of the patch. Clear? We can calculate the diameter of the patch. Very good, Prithvi, correct. Yeah, good, Prithvi, good man, good. Now we can find out the diameter of the patch. Clear? We can find out the diameter of the patch. If you find out the diameter of the patch, from that we can get radius. Clear? From that we can get radius. Now area of the patch, clear, area of the patch can be taken as A is equal to pi r square, or we can take this as pi d square by 4. Why? Because means r equal to d by 2. So in this way you can find out the, clear, in this way we can find out the area of this circular patch. And what is the volume of oleic acid means? Now volume of oleic acid can be taken as, for example, let us say there are n drops. Clear? Let us say there are n water drops and volume of each drop is taken as n v. Now remember, what is the volume of each drop means? Volume of each drop is v and there are n drops. Then what is the volume of the liquid means? What is the volume of liquid means? Nv. Are you clear? What is the volume of liquid means? Yeah, good, Ritika. Now volume, clear volume of drops is or solution is. Now volume of solution is clear. For example, in this solution we have n drops into clear n drops into volume of each drop. I will take it as V. So volume of that entire solution, for example, I'll take this one drop of solution, I'll take like that n drops I will take. For example, I took n drops, volume of each drop is taken as V, clear volume of each drop is taken as V. If I take n drops, then volume of the drops is NV. Okay, into what is the concentration means concentration is 1 by 20 into 20. Clear 1 by 20 into 20. Now listen, if I take area just now we find out that is pi d square or pi r square. Now how to find out the thickness means, clear how to find out the thickness means, thickness can be found by using the formula that is volume, clear that is volume divided by area. Remember, volume is nothing but length into breadth into height. Area is nothing but length into breadth. Cancel length into breadth, then you will get height. That height is nothing but thickness. Now, if you can imagine, clear, if you can imagine on the water surface, clear on the water surface, only one layer of oleic acid molecules is formed. Only one layer is formed. Clear, let us imagine on the water surface, only one layer of water molecules, sorry, oleic acid molecules is formed. Are you clear? For example, For example, if you take this as a layer on the water surface, on this water surface, only one layer of water molecules is formed. Let us imagine only one layer of water molecules is formed. If only one layer of water molecules is formed, then thickness is nothing but the diameter of the molecule. Clear? Then thickness is nothing but diameter of molecule. For example, if only one layer of clear, for example, if only one layer of clear only one layer of molecules is formed or molecules are formed on surface of water, then thickness, clear, then thickness is equal to, then thickness is equal to diameter, diameter of molecules. Clear, then thickness is equal to diameter of the molecules. Okay, students, we'll discuss the next concept tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll start the new concept. Okay, so up to these concepts, it is there, recorded videos are there in the YouTube. If you have doubts, you can verify over there. So up to here, the concept I explained in YouTube. So in YouTube channel, in our YouTube channel, we discussed, I mean, I given this concepts in an elaborated way. That recorded videos are there, so you can copy the notes as well as you can read these concepts over there. I just revised this concept. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll discuss the new concept. See you.